大家好，
我是 Stella，
我是Warren。我们今天要为您念的是练习手册第353课。今天我的眼睛、舌头、手脚只有一个目的，就是献给基督施行奇迹，祝福这个世界。Lesson 353. My eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet today have but one purpose: to be given Christ, to use to bless the world with miracles. 让我们先来唱吧。
今天我的眼睛、舌头、手脚只有一个目的，就是献给基督，施行奇迹，祝福这个世界。
My eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet
today have but one purpose: to be given Christ, to use to bless the world with miracles. 天父，今天我把自己的一切全盘献给基督，让他以最好的方式为我与他的共同目标效力。Father, I give all that is mine today to Christ, to use in any way that best will serve the purpose that I share with him. 没有一样东西属于我个人，因为他已与我结合于同一目标了。Nothing is mine alone, for he and I have joined in purpose. 学习就这样迫近了他预设的终点。Thus has learning come almost to its appointed end. 我只需与他一起朝向那目标再付出一点心力。While I work with him to serve his purpose, 我就会消失于自己的本来面目里，彻底明白了基督原是我的自性。Then I lose myself in my identity and recognize that Christ is but myself. 以下是 J 兄的释义 You are blessed beings indeed. 你确实是有福之人。I am that one that you know as Jesus, and you will notice the use of word Christ here. That means Christ consciousness. 我是你所知的 JC. 你会发现课程再次使用基督这个词，它代表了基督意识。It is not Jesus Christ, me. I am Jesus, who became Christed through the practices that I had been shown and learned. 而不是指我，耶稣，基督。我是耶稣，我透过当时受到指引而学习的方式修炼，因而成了基督。And what this lesson tells you is that initially you dedicate yourself to being used by Christ consciousness for a higher purpose, and through that practice, you will become acquainted with your true nature, and that true nature then will take over. 这一课要告诉你的是，一开始你致力于让基督意识来使用你，以达到更高的目的。透过这样的练习，你会开始熟悉自己的自性，之后你的自信就会接管。So it is first a practice of surrender to a higher consciousness, knowing that you do not know everything that you need to know, knowing that you are misguided at times, and through this dedication, you are saying, Change me. 所以说，一开始你是在练习臣服于更高的意识，因为你心里知道你并不知晓你需要知道的一切事物，你心里知道有时你会受到误导，你透过这样的专心致力而表达，请改变我。You are saying, I am not going to use my body, mind, for my ego's purposes anymore. 你表达我不再将我的身心用于达成小我的目的。I dedicate them to a higher purpose, and through that dedication I will come to know myself to such a degree that I will then be guided towards my true self, and in that guidance I will be free to use my free will as I see fit, because I will have been raised up above the battleground into wisdom and direct conscious contact with my own guides and teachers. 我致力于将我的身心用于更高的目的，而透过这样的专心致力，我将能够深度的认识自己，最终我会获得指引而契入自己的自性，且透过这样的指引，我将能适当而不受束缚地使用我的自由意志，因为我已经超越战场之上，而获得智慧，并能直接连接上我的向导和导师。So that is what happened to this being. She surrendered his ego's will to dedicate herself to the practice of forgiveness, completely dedicated her body, mind to becoming a perfect communication device for God, and in the dedication, in putting aside her own desires, she became connected to a higher purpose, and through that purpose, she now chooses what she wants to do given her experiences in that surrendered state. 这也是这位传讯人的经历，他放弃自己的小我意志，致力于超越宽恕，他一心一意地将自己的身心完全用于成为上主的完美交流工具。在这样专心致力中，他放下自己的欲望，因此他连接上更高的目的。而在这样的目的之下，他现在选择自己想要做的事，这是根据他在臣服的状态所获得的启发。So it seems as if you are losing yourself, but in fact, you are finding yourself. You do not lose your free will. You in fact become qualified to use your free will lovingly, kindly and magnanimously. 因此，表面看起来是你失去了自己，事实上，你会找到自己。你并没有失去你的自由意志，事实上，你更有能力以富有爱心、仁慈且宽宏的方式来使用你的自由意志。I am that one that you know as Jesus, and I will speak to you again tomorrow. 我是你所知的 JC， 我们明天再续。
让我们再来唱一次吧。
今天我的眼睛、舌头、手脚只有一个目的，就是献给基督，施行奇迹，祝福这个世界。
My eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet,
Do they have but one purpose? To be given Christ to use to bless the world with miracles.
练习手册第353课。今天我的眼睛、舌头、手脚只有一个目的，就是献给基督施行奇迹，祝福这个世界。Lesson 353. My eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet today have but one purpose, to be given Christ to use to bless the world with miracles. 奇迹这我第29章觉醒 Chapter 29 The Awakening 7. 不在外求 7. Seek not outside yourself
别往身外追寻了 Seek not outside yourself 那注定会落空的。每当偶像破碎一次，你就会哭泣一回。For it will fail, you will weep each time an idol falls. 你无法在天堂不在之处找到天堂，而天堂之外绝无平安可言。Heaven cannot be found where it is not, and there can be no peace excepting there. 当上主召唤时，你所供奉的偶像不会带他答复你。Each idol that you worship, when God calls, will never answer in his place. 你若照着另一声音来带你答复，便不可能获得他的答复所带来的幸福。There is no other answer you can substitute and find the happiness his answer brings. 别往身外追寻了 Seek not outside yourself. 你所有的痛苦都是因为你认定那儿有你想要之物，结果却一无所获。For all your pain comes simply from a futile search for what you want, insisting where it must be found. 如果你要的东西不在那儿呢？ What if it is not there? 你宁愿自己是对的，还是宁愿自己幸福？ Do you prefer that you be right or happy? 你该庆幸有人为你指出幸福之所在，别往他处追寻了。Be you glad that you are told where happiness abides and seek no longer elsewhere. 不会有结果的。You will fail. 你与生俱有了知真相的天赋，只要你不再往身外追寻。But it is given you to know the truth and not to seek for it outside yourself. 世上没有一个人不怀着希望或某种挥之不去的幻觉，梦想自身之外有个东西会带给他快乐和平安。No one who comes here but must still have hope, some lingering illusion, or some dream that there is something outside of himself that will bring happiness and peace to him. 这是不可能的，因为一切存在于他内。If everything is in him, this cannot be so. 这又意味着每个来到人间的人都已否定了自己的真相，希望在自己拥有的一切之外找到更多的东西。他觉得有人偷走了自己的一部分，他必须在一切之外寻回它。And therefore, by his coming, he denies the truth about himself and seeks for something more than everything, as if a part of it were separated off and found where all the rest of it is not. 这就是他赋予身体的目的，期待身体帮他找回失落的那一部分，让自己重归完整。This is the purpose he bestows upon the body, that it seek for what he lacks and give him what could make himself complete. 为此，他漫无目的在人间游荡，寻找那根本不可能找到之物，活出不是自己的人生。And thus he wanders aimlessly about in search of something that he cannot find, believing that he is what he is not. 那挥之不去的幻觉会催逼着他不断往外追寻偶像，而且多多益善。The lingering illusion will impel him to seek out 1,000 idols and to seek beyond them for 1,000 more. 每一个偶像都会辜负他的期望，只有一个例外，就是他一定会死。虽然 他并不了解他所追寻的偶像就是自己的死亡。And each will fail him, all excepting one, for he will die, and does not understand the idol that he seeks is but his death. 这种死亡好似发生在身外。Its form appears to be outside himself. 其实他真正想要杀害的是内在的上主之子，以此证明自己已战胜了圣子。Yet does he seek to kill God's Son within and prove that he is victor over him. 这是每一个偶像的目的，因为这是你指派给偶像的任务。问题是，没有一个偶像完成得了这种任务。This is the purpose every idol has. For this, the role that is assigned to it, and this, the role that cannot be fulfilled. 你的目标若是以身体为主要的受益人，你其实是在置自己于死地。Whenever you attempt to reach a goal in which the body's betterment is cast as major beneficiary, you try to bring about your death. 因你相信自己会受匮乏之苦，而匮乏与死亡无异。For you believe that you can suffer lack, and the lack is death. 牺牲等于放弃，表示你不再拥有，必须忍受示弱之苦。To sacrifice is to give up, and thus to be without and to have suffered loss. 这种放弃无异于否定生命 and by this giving up is life renounced. 别再往身外追寻了。Seek not outside yourself. 追寻映射出你内在的不圆满，以及不敢承认自己内在的绝望，只能寄望由外界寻回自己的真相。The search implies you are not whole within and fear to look upon your devastation, but prefer to seek outside yourself for what you are. 偶像必有倒下的一日，因为他们没有生命，凡是没有生命的变成了死亡的标志。Idols must fall because they have no life, and what is lifeless is a sign of death. 你既为死亡而来到世界，除了死亡的踪影以外，你还期待看到什么？ You came to die, and what would you expect but to perceive the signs of death you seek? 你在人间找到一个偶像，不只把它当真，且还赋予它生命的形象，结果发现它只是生命的假象。No sadness and no suffering proclaim a message other than an idol found that represents a parody of life which, in its lifelessness, is really death, conceived as real and given living form. 每个偶像最后必会失败、崩溃、腐朽，因为死亡不论化身为何物，都不可能带来生命。凡是会被牺牲之物，不可能是圆满的。Yet each must fail and crumble and decay, because a form of death cannot be life, and what is sacrificed cannot be whole. 世上所有的偶像都是为了防止你得知内在真相而造出的，他们始终效忠于梦境，梦想你仰赖某些身外之物来获得圆满幸福。All idols of this world were made to keep the truth within from being known to you, and to maintain allegiance to the dream that you must find what is outside yourself, to be complete and happy. 崇拜偶像不可能给你平安的希望。It is vain to worship idols in the hope of peace. 上主安居于你内，你的圆满也在他内。God dwells within, and your completion lies in him. 没有偶像取代得了上主的地位。No idol takes his place. 莫再盯着偶像不放了。Look not the idols. 也别再往身外追寻了。Do not seek outside yourself. 让我们一起遗忘自己以前赋予世界的目的。Let us forget the purpose of the world the past has given it. 否则未来就会像过去一样，只是一连串令人伤心的梦，梦中的偶像接二连三的辜负了你的期望，让你处处只看到失望与死亡。For otherwise, the future will be like the past, and but a series of depressing dreams, in which all idols fail you one by one, and you see death and disappointment everywhere. 你若想改变这一命运，为自己开启一道希望之门，由那毫无指望的无尽循环解脱出来，就必须承认自己对世界的目的一无所知。To change all this and open up a road of hope and of release in what appeared to be an endless circle of despair, you need but to decide you do not know the purpose of the world. 你赋予世界原本没有的目的，妄自决定它为何而存在。You give it goals it does not have, and thus do you decide what it is for. 你企图把身外的世界当作偶像寄生之处，认为它能圆满你的内在真相，你的生命从此便一分为二了。You try to see in it a place of idols found outside yourself, with power to make complete what is within by splitting what you are between the two. 梦出自你的选择，你希望它怎样，它就会怎样，你却把它当成外界加诸于你的遭遇。You choose your dreams, for they are what you wish, perceived, as if it had been given you. 你的偶像只会去做你要他做的事情，他靠的是你赋予他的能力。Your idols do what you would have them do, and have the power to ascribe to them. 你却在梦中突然追寻这些偶像，设法讨回你赋予他的能力。And you pursue them vainly in the dream, because you want their power as your own. 梦只可能出现于沉睡的心灵 ，yet where are dreams but in a mind asleep? 你岂能把梦中景象映射于外，而把这个梦弄假成真 ？And can the dream succeed in making real the picture it projects outside itself? 我的弟兄，不要浪费时间了，好好学习认出时间的意义吧。Save time, my brother. Learn what time is for. 快快结束偶像的命运，世界就是被你眼中这些偶像搞得如此悲哀而病态的。And speed the end of idols in the world, made sad and sick by seeing idols there. 你神圣的心灵原是上主的祭坛，他所在之处，偶像无以立足。Your holy mind is altar unto God, and where he is, no idols can abide. 你的上主恐惧症其实是害怕失去偶像。The fear of God is but the fear of loss of idols. 并非害怕失落你的真相。It is not the fear of loss of your reality. 你已用偶像取代了自己的真相，且为了保全偶像，你不惜抵制真理之光。But you have made of your reality an idol, which you must protect against the light of truth. 整个世界就这样沦为 拯救这个偶像的工具。And all the world becomes the means by which this idol can be saved. 救恩反倒像是死亡的呼唤，威胁着你的生命。Salvation thus appears to threaten life and offer death. 事实不然 ，It is not so. 救恩就是设法向你证明没有死亡这一回事，唯有生命永存。Salvation seeks to prove there is no death and only life exists. 牺牲死亡岂是一种损失？ The sacrifice of death is nothing lost. 偶像岂能取代上主的地位 ？An idol cannot take the place of God. 让他帮你忆起他对你的爱吧，别让你向自己的偶像所吟诵的绝望咒音淹没了上主的天音。Let him remind you of his love for you, and do not seek to drown his voice in chant of deep despair to idols of yourself. 别再设法用天赋之外寻找出路了。Seek not outside your Father for your hope. 你不可能在绝望之地找到幸福的希望的。For hope of happiness is not despair.
奇迹正文第29章觉醒 Chapter 29 The Awakening 7不在外求 7 Seek not outside yourself 愿大家有一个生命充满的一天阿们我爱你哦